Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda Gaurachandra. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Gaurachandra, Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra, 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 Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Vishwambara, 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 Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's chant some japa here. Don't have a lot of singing strength here.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda,
Hare
Nityananda,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Nityananda, Nityananda.
Krishna
Ah,
Krishna.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Sri
Nityananda,
Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda. Nityananda.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora
Gura,
Chandra,
gura, gura.
Gora Chandra, Gora
Levi, Levi,
Chandra, Gora Chandra,
Levi.
Gora Chandra,
Levi, Levi.
Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Radha,
Krishna, Krishna,
Radha,
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 Radha, Radha,
Radhe,
Radha, 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 Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe, 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 Radha, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare, 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 Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare, Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare, 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 Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ah,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ah, whew, ah, straight. Ah, it's a little straight. Krishna. Okay. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Do this. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Ajita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Ajita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Ah, ah, ah. Gauranga. Okay, music. Hmm. All right. Okay. Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra. The dead son of Srivas Pandit elucidates the truth. Majjhikanda, chapter 25. Page 541. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the Lord of the entire universe. He is the crown jewel of all Brahmins and the perfect renunciate and supreme amongst the Vedic personalities. He is an ocean of compassion who has appeared like a brilliant gem out of the womb of the Blessed Mother Sachi. All glories to their devotees and associates. One attains the highest perfection of life by constantly hearing the narrations of Sri Chaitanya's transcendental pastimes. See, the highest perfection of life. What's that? Love of Krishna. Transcendental mellows. Highest perfection just simply by hearing these pastimes of the Lord. Yeah, you develop everything. Attachment to Krishna is everything. There's nothing. All the Vedas, all the renunciations, all the sadhana bhakti you do everything is leading to attachment to the transcendental form of the Lord. So there's the slow ways, and then there's the quick ways. The best ways, the quick ways, are to be around attached devotees. See? They're attached. That means they have spontaneous devotion. They have prema bhakti. And that is by far, that's the most intelligent way. But you think we'd have any intelligent people around here? In Vaishnavism, I don't see anybody intelligent like that. It's so simple. All the Vedas declare, always here, the whole parampara system is that you become a disciple of an attached devotee who's attached to the transcendental Lord. Simple. I see everybody is being scammed and fooled. They're around people that are not attached to the transcendental form of the Lord. They don't even know what it is. They don't know how to describe the transcendental form of the Lord, or its symptoms, or it's how it manifests in this world. They all may speculate about it, but they can't manifest it. Yeah, see, people, they don't know. This is the supreme thing. This is the great treasure hunt in the world, is to find a really genuinely attached devotee of the Lord to Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. That is the great thing. How do you know? Well, when they chant, it's like it's described in the Vedas. They have attachment to the sound vibration, which produces ecstatic symptoms in their bodies. See, something that none of these gurus have. Prove me wrong. Nobody ever does. They just want to go on putting on a show and fooling themselves and fooling their blind disciples. Fooling their blind selves and fooling their blind disciples. That's why all the Lord has to send one associate of his in the world, and they can make millions. Just like he did, because he's behind those devotees, man. Same God. These topics of Navadvip Lila, as recorded in Madhyakanda, are like an ocean of nectar. The Lord was always engrossed in Sankirtan, relishing the taste of his own transcendental names. There you go. That's Guru, man. That's Guru Tattva. Does your Guru relish the taste of the Krishna's name to the point of signs of ecstasy? You know, everybody, they think they're impressed with that Prabhupada thing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No ecstatic symptoms that you see, no visible. So nobody knows. Maybe inside he's feeling, but nobody knows, right? So nobody knows where to go. Oh, well, there's a lot of people going, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. And then, oh yeah, that's easy. Anybody can imitate that. It's not even an imitation. That's the only thing they do. It's very natural, dry chanting. It's called. See? Where's the devotee who's relishing the names of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and all these beautiful names because of attachment, spontaneous attachments been given to them either in this life or a previous one? Where do you see that? Only here. The whole world of Vaishnavas should be here. The whole world should be here, huh? So funny, you know, how ridiculous things are and how easy it could be. Look, we make attached devotees. We generate them here. Why? Because we have the authority of the whole Parampara headed by Prabhupada. Personal instruction from Prabhupada to do this. Blessing, personal blessing from Krishna to do this. Yeah. Yeah. And all the symptoms to pull it off. With all the books to prove our points are faultless. Faultless. I may be full of faults or something. Maybe I'm not. I haven't had a cup of coffee in maybe a week more. Maybe my faults are going. But the message is faultless, isn't it? The empowerment is faultless because it's true. It's absolutely, hey man, if God says, I want to choose this fool, this idiot, this clown, Gaur Haridas, and use him for my wishes, that's my prerogative. Anything I touch, he's thinking, anything he touches has the power to purify anything. It's like the gopis, they were sarcastic about the flute. Look at this flute. It's not even symmetrical. The darn thing is full of knots. Not even very beautiful, but Krishna likes that flute. Loves that flute. Uses that flute. Kisses that flute. We're like the mafia here. You know the mafia? See, the mafia is mundane and material and evil, and they go and if they give you a kiss, it means it's your death. They give you the kiss of death and a rose. Here you get the kiss of life. See, kiss of life and the rose of life. You come here, the Lord gives you the kiss of life and the rose of life. Simply because you came to the right place. He forgives everything. Everything, all our sins, everything. With Amy around, I can't even blaspheme myself. Relishing the taste of his own transcendental name, being thus intoxicated. See, that intoxication has to be there, otherwise it's not the real potency. He exhibited all the symptoms of ecstasy and so revealed his super mundane opulences. There you go, super, beyond mundane opulences. See, all revealed all these various ecstasies. Therefore, to say this guy is more than God. He's I mean, more than a devotee. He's God. But devotees, if they're going to reveal themselves, revealing themselves means revealing their transcendental relish of the holy name and the ecstasy that manifests spontaneously and the conclusive truth about it. There you go, Satchidananda manifests. That's why the Lord needs a vessel in this world to do that. He needs a voice, he needs a body to embody, right? See, so they call it Shaktivesh avatar. It must have a body to embody that potency, so that he can express that truth in this world. Because that's the only place you're going to get shelter. That's the only place you're going to get relieved of sins. Otherwise, you're going to go there, all these offenses, and you don't get through your sins your whole friggin' life. I've seen it, man. People with their bead bags their whole life, man. The finger's ready to fall off, man. Yeah. What that means, if you still chant try after 40 years, your sins aren't forgiven, man. I don't care how many bananas they threw in the fire at your sect. It's just bananas. It's like the Old Testament, they go and they kill a goat and think their sins are forgiven. Are you kidding? You think God's going to forgive your sins? That's only a ritual. That's only a symbol. Your sins ain't no forgiven. That's why they had to put Jesus on the cross, because they wouldn't believe. The Jewish people wouldn't believe in him. Because there cannot be any forgiving of sins without blood and death. That's worship in the mode of ignorance, by the way. It is. Yeah. No, the Lord doesn't have to die or kill his son or kill you or kill goats, to forgive your sins. You just have to be with a devotee who speaks the truth, is very ecstatic. That's all you need. This is the place. You want your sins forgiven? Come. One by one. And you'll know, because you'll start chanting with taste. You'll start feeling enlivened by these talks. Just like Arjuna was on the battlefield when he heard, because he had faith in Krishna and he was a disciple and a friend and therefore qualified to understand the transcendental science, like many of you. If you're not like Arjuna, GFOH. Because, or you don't want to be like Arjuna. Can you imagine Johann sitting in front of Krishna? And Johan's sitting there. Krishna, tell me something. Oh, well, I'm sorry, man. You're not a real disciple or a friend. I'm sorry, you're not qualified to understand the transcendental science. Is that putting it like really relevant? Doesn't that make it a really clear thing why he's a goat head? That's what you do in front of a bona fide spiritual master when you act like that. And you come out a bonehead or goat head. Both, synonymous. Being intoxicated exhibited the symptoms of ecstasy and so revealed his super-mundane opulences. Yeah, and that's when people started to come that, they didn't know, but they weren't, they were innocent. They weren't like these puffed up Brahmins and sannyasis and gurus. They went against him in Navadvip. Matter of fact, they wanted to throw Srivas's. Can you imagine that? Even in Navadvip, the Lord and Srivas was having kirtans, and they wanted to throw his hut into the Ganga. The most auspicious manifestation you can have in this world is a devotee relishing the ecstasy of chanting the holy names of the Lord. If you have that in your house, that is the most auspicious act you did in your whole friggin' life. It's the only auspicious act you people usually do, because only the transcendental potency is auspicious. That's why even the Lord taught, oh, you're a Brahmin? Oh, you're a big Brahmin? Oh, you're very proud of that? Oh, guess what? You can't even purify yourself or anybody else. Oh, you're a big sannyasi guru over there in a kind of Brahmin level mentality with lots of pride, I'm sure, or even feigned humility. Oh, you can't purify yourself or any of your followers. Only a devotee who has these transcendental symptoms and manifestations can purify the world. Now that's conclusive, isn't it? That's why you, ISKCON, listen up, man. This is your chance. You're going to die unregenerated and take more births, guaranteed, until you get this ecstatic devotion Lord Chaitanya brought here 550 years ago and is revived here again today. And that is the truth. Go gnash your teeth now. You might as well, because you're going to gnash them later. Your rules and regulations are a flimsy house. That was only beginning for really neophyte people. But now it's time for the birds and the bees to understand the real truth. Is there anybody in that group that wants to be saved? You're only saved to be in the association of ecstatic devotees. No other persons can save you. No Mujis. Don't matter how many manifestations of energies these guys do. They're using you to get their energy. You're just a friggin' battery. Only the devotees tap directly into the source, the original source, the source of everything, Krishna, They don't need you. You need them. What, you want to do more dry chanting the rest of your life? Well, go for it, man. You don't like the tough truth? You don't want a real guru? You want to continue the show over and over again? Oh, that ISKCON will disappear, man. It does. You can't, God doesn't, it's all about God, man. It's all about what he's here to do. That's all temporary manifestation. Now it's running itself out. If it doesn't change, it's gone, man. Lord can't speculate. He can't use a bunch of snakes using his books. It's going to be gone. It'll be under the earth, just like religion always is. It's buried under the earth. Recycled. Only the truth lasts. Only the devotees are eternal, immortal. Their word is eternally immortal. It's conclusive. It's pleasing to God. It stays in this universe as a guide post. All these bewilderments here. Yeah. The sweet ambrosia of Krishna Prem led the Lord to act like a madman. See? If you don't act like a madman in ecstasy in those times, then you're not you don't know what Krishna Prem is. The Lord, whose body is the object of even Lord Brahma's worship, was besmeared with dust from rolling on the ground. The devotees satiated their vision by seeing the Lord submerged in an ocean of divine bliss. In the times when he emerged out of the blissful state of unconsciousness, he would sometimes sit surrounded by his associates, and other times go to the Ganga and take a bath. On some occasions, after dancing for a long time, the Lord would sit with his devotees, who would then give him a shower with Ganga water. One of the maidservants of Srivas Pandit named Duki would carry all the Ganga water for the Lord's bath. While the Lord was still engaged in dancing, she would watch the beautiful form of the Lord dancing in the highest spiritual exaltation, and tears would well up in from her eyes. See, so she became attached to the Lord. She loved the Lord's ecstasy. Okay? That's how it works. You know, she got to see the Lord. She got to hear the Lord. She got to serve the Lord with the Ganga water. And that's how you become a devotee. So where are you going to see the Lord dancing in ecstasy? Well, better come to Lalita's classes. You see a lot of the ecstasy. The Lord uses her to show what ecstasy is. You know, for there's a beautiful teaching. When the Lord saw water pots full of Ganga water, neatly arranged in rows, he was very pleased. He inquired about this from Srivas. Who brings the Ganga water daily? The Lord knew. He wanted to teach this point that you get to hear again. Because this is so valuable, these teachings are so valuable of Lord Chaitanya to show the process of real, pure devotional service. Srivas replied, Duki, the maid servant, brings them daily. The Lord said, see, so Duki means sad. She was always sad before. But you see, she started to see the Lord, and all her sadness goes away. So that's the secret for you Dukis out there. You know, you sad persons. You sad persons. You keep looking at the Lord like, you know, we got Sachi, she's got a little sad look a lot. So I keep telling her when she's sad, she's sad, you know, sad about it. Keep, you know, read Chaitanya Bhagavat. Keep looking at the Lord. Hear the Lord's sound vibration. And it'll take your unhappiness away. More and more and more. See? And it does. See? That's the secret because, see, the Dukis, they got the bad habits of meditating on negative things. And they're very much affected by that emotionally. It makes them feel bad, sad. You know, like we got some people here, they like to meditate on fault finding. You know, and they feel like, I'm having troubles. I'm having struggles. Yeah, they meditating on fault finding, maybe my words or something, or these teachings, or they meditate on hypocrites and liars and see stuff like that. And then you wonder why you struggle. Hey, devotees, we're here to teach real devotional service. You know, you come here, you'll get the best teachings. Oh yeah, best teachings. Oh yeah, man. You come here, very simple to even a retard can apply them. Yeah, you come here, you associate here regularly with the devotees, man. You look at the ecstatic devotees. It's just like looking at Lord Chaitanya, and all your troubles go away down the drain like Drano. Yeah, you come here, you chant with the devotees, because what does it say, the scriptures say, which is very true here and not anywhere else I've seen? Okay, wherever the devotees are, that's where you're going to find the Lord. You're going to feel the presence of the Lord there. You know, what do you feel the presence of the Lord in dry rituals and all that? The only reason people go to that is they don't have experience here. Deep enough experience here. The only why they don't understand why the glories are going on here is because they criticize real devotees. They don't follow the process. They don't listen very well. That's why they go over there. You know, the Yohan's camp. Can you imagine? All they did that wrong was not listen very carefully and think they knew everything about bhakti and criticize, you know, and by that's how you criticize. You think you know better about bhakti than your guru. Oh, they was never your guru. Well, that's the problem. That's why you're over there, somewhere in lost in space. Space of speculation. It's like a big space, this speculation, man. You just float in speculations. The name Duki is not befitting her. I think Shuki is most appropriate name for her. See, that's how she transcended Dukiness. She just served the devotees. She observed the kirtan of ecstatic devotees and Lord Chaitanya and felt very happy. And then the tears start coming down. All sins are forgiven. See, deep attachment starts to develop. And no more Duki, only Suki, because she learned the art now. All she has to do is look at Lord Chaitanya. You know, all you have to do is look at ecstatic devotees, co-mingle with ecstatic devotees, and all your troubles will go away. You know why? Because the Lord is the one who relieves you of these troubles. And he's most pleased when you go to his real. The best of the world's teachings, even the F word, material life, improves. I can't see any freaking troubles in my life from the time you have walked into my life, Guru Maharaj. Even materially and spiritual life has been this good. It's getting better. You are so awesome. You are my savior. Replying to Supra. Wow, what a great testimony. Yeah. See, that's from the heart. See, that's honest. That's true. You know, that shows you that God is behind this preaching. Gohar is not giving you a bunch of bullshit like these other guys, these bullshitters out there. You can't get a testimony out of their followers like that because none of that exists in them. Their gurus are not even saved. Radhanath's not saved. Jayapataka's not saved. You guys have been scammed. That's the truth. Yeah. Why do you say that? Why do I say that? Because it's true. Truth will set you free. I believe Jesus, man. Truth will set you free. You've been believing a lie that these guys who have no ecstatic devotion can save you. No, not true at all. All they can do is put on a big show and take your money and go out and have nice meals and fly around the world and enjoy their building, their palaces and all of that like demons do. You know, or demigods. You can, whatever, it doesn't matter to me, demon, demigod. They're all bullshitters, man. They're all speculators. See, the devotees were moved to tears upon seeing the unlimited mercy of the Lord upon this poor maidservant. See, Srivas never treated her. Well, let's hear. From that time on, they began to call her Suki, and Srivas Pandit also stopped regarding her and treating her as a maidservant. See, treated her like an equal, like a friend now, part of the group of liberated souls. See how the lowest person, because she was in the right place, she was a servant of Srivas Thakur. See? And these puffed up big wigs out there are so proud they would never be a servant of a real devotee. They don't care, they care about money, wealth, power, prestige. And you fools are following them. Shows you the height of your foolishness. You come here, you'll become intelligent here. We'll give you the real intelligence. intelligence of God, how to see things as they are. But you got to follow the process. You got to be a sincere disciple and not a hypocrite. Otherwise, I'll throw you into this snake pit over there. You know what that snake pit is. We had to create one. We need a snake pit for those types. And they can bite you. Did that Debo go to the Johann's thing again? Yeah, we'll check. So this illustrates that one can easily attain Krishna's lotus feet by loving devotional service to him. See? And what do you it just pops out of thin air? No, she followed the process, man. She was a maid servant of Srivas Thakur, humble, simple person who was unhappy because of her karma. And all that was relieved because she served Srivas and also observed the intimate ecstatic dancing of the devotees in Lord Chaitanya. See, she followed the process. And then loving devotional service awakened in her spontaneously. Yeah, that's all they're doing, Freddie, is thinking they're serving the mission. No, as soon as you come on, think about it. Isn't ISKCON supposed to be built on the truth? Is the truth, a guru is not really a guru? So that's the foundation of bhakti, man. Foundation of bhakti is the truth about guru. And if you're not a real bona fide guru, what kind of foundation are you building your house of ISKCON on? Or anything. It just becomes a con. Because you have to speculate, you have to juggle the scriptures, change the scriptures, do all kinds of stuff.
Those books really have no value. They are so dry. They are not touching the heart. Balaram has many of them. Mm-hmm. These are not the books that Prabhupada wrote in ecstasy. Why are they writing books? They even don't understand Prabhupada. Mm-hmm. They think they are like him.
Yeah. They're not. Yeah, they don't understand. They think it's about writing books. Narayan Raj was the same thing. About writing books. I was in his ashram for in Vrindavan for a long time. I was staying there. So they had a book room, and I wanted to distribute. I didn't know, I was still a little naive. I said, I want to distribute books, man. Can I buy some of the books? They want to charge me full friggin' price. These guys are just money gribbers. You don't charge the distributors full price to distribute books. Those miserly bastards. And you know what happened one day? They just Narayan keeps writing these books, right? And they keep stuffing them in the book. Nobody's distributed. They're just stuffed in the book room. They're very proud of their stuffed book room. And I swear to God, man, one day the door just went boom, and all those books started to come outside. So the bottom line is this: there is never no need to write any more books in there, but they love to write the books and speculate and all that stuff. And they can't even transmit the potency. But I'll tell you exactly, because I'm doing exactly the way it was preached before. 550 years ago, after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya empowered the Goswamis to write the books. The books were written, right? Got enough books. So those books were given into the hands of the empowered preachers. who were empowered with pure devotional service. And they preached those books and people got ecstatic love. That is our method now. I don't need to write any more books. I got plenty of books. I got more information to knock the holes in all of the universe with these truths. But I guess Narayan Maharaj is too busy wanting to be a big book writer. And what do they do? Well, nothing. See? I preach the Goswami books. I preach these Chaitanya Bhagavat. We preach the Prabhupada's books. That's all you need. And chant the holy name in ecstasy, which is the most important thing of all, to get this potency so you can understand Prabhupada's books. You know, like Narayan Maharaj used to say, Prabhupada's books are under lock and key, and I can only unlock them, in other words. He never could unlock them. I didn't see any unlocks. Not one. No unlocking. Because you know why? He said Prabhupada was his Shiksha guru. Not really. No. He was like in ways, like a Johann. He knew all about bhakti. He knew the way it was supposed to be. He had disagreements. They all do. The Gaudiya thing, they all disagree with Prabhupada. That's why Prabhupada said, let them do their own preaching. You stay with my books. Even if I wrote one book, you stay with my books. See, this is why this works. It worked 500 years ago after the disappearance. The preachers, Narottam, Srinivas, and Shamananda, they preached these in West Bengal and wherever they went, and people got ecstatic love. And I do the same thing. I take the books that are already written and I preach them, and people get ecstatic love. I'm not saying somebody may not come along and write some sincere under inspiration, but you better be transcendentally situated. Otherwise, there's no real value. Well, there's some value. You know who was empowered to write some books, and I'm very happy that he did, was really empowered to do that. This Kushakrata. He translated some Goswami books, and if he didn't do it, we wouldn't have them. And I love those books. Those books we wouldn't have, they're treasures. But he was definitely empowered. I see he would translate almost 24 hours a day. He didn't clean his apartment. Nobody even helped him or anything, But he just kept translating. He didn't even worry about the spellings or anything like that. Yeah. So, that was wonderful. Humans have a lot of false pride. They thrive on that false pride. Yeah. Legends of more mind. Yeah. Okay. I'll read more of that later. Srivas Pandit also stopped regarding and treating her as a maidservant. This illustrates that one can easily attain Krishna's lotus feet by loving devotional service to him. Yeah, so now in Duki becoming Shuki because the Lord's living inside her now. Why wouldn't you be happy when God is in you? Alive and kicking ass in this world, especially. Yeah. One cannot avoid the jaws of death merely by shaving one's head and mark of renunciation. Material knowledge, high birth, beauty, and wealth are useless if not used for the satisfaction of Krishna with pure devotional attachment. See, and the problem is pure devotionalism hasn't awakened in so many of these people, so many people in Vaishnavism. So what do they got? They have the others. They have material knowledge, high birth, maybe. A lot of these Indians, they have a high birth, and let me tell you, they're usually very proud of it too. beauty. There's one guy who's claiming some are claiming this is the successor for Prabhupada. And you know what his teaching is? If your lips ever touch wine, you can never be guru. If you ever drink a cup of coffee, you can never be guru. He is so pure, this guy. He's so pure, he stinks. That's stinky, isn't it? Ooh. That kind of purity is like, eee. I'm telling you, that's the Lord's attitude. Stinky, smelly. What kind of purity is that, man? Yeah. See, beauty, wealth. See, a lot of these gurus, they become very wealthy. Radhanath is very wealthy, man. Very, very wealthy. See, all the wealth and the wealth of disciples following them. Praise. Oh, Gurudev, your mercy is astounding. Yeah, what mercy is there? Oh, we just say the words. They're superfluous glorifications. See? Are useless if not used for the satisfaction of Krishna and pure devotional attachment. Therefore, seek the kingdom of God and all else will be added. See, all your talents and everything can be used properly when you're attached to the Lord. Otherwise not. You'll just be corrupted by all this stuff like these gurus did. Can you imagine, right after Prabhupada comes there, the guru seats go right up. You don't think they got corrupted by that without getting pure devotional attachment first? You darn tootin'. Okay? Is that Guru Hari's example? I never even thought of guru. All the way to where it started. I wasn't thinking of being guru. I was too busy relishing transcendental ras. It's tastier. Yeah. Yeah. And then, after some years of tasting and relishing and being close to Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, then the opulence. The Lord says, I can need somebody like you now. Because you know what is real. Being a guru is a position, right? Position. A guru could become a disciple in the next life. Like Lalita, she was probably a guru in another life. You can't be like that. She's probably my guru in the last life or something. Who knows? Not Arjun. Not Arjun. Not that guy. See, but she never thinks of stuff like that. See, that's a devotee. Never thinking about that. All of a sudden, the Lord starts using you as an acharya even. Huh? Amazing, isn't it? And you're not thinking, you can praise me, you can go, you're this, and you're this, and you're that, and you're this, and this. It's not very tasty compared to tasting the name of Krishna, or worshiping devotees. That's tasty. That's what God thinks. Everybody's worshiping him and thinking, hey, the devotees have a better taste than I get. That's a guru's he's a representative of Krishna. That's true. True blue there, Amy. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, incarnated to play the part of an ideal personality. Thereby, all his actions conform exactly to the Vedic injunctions. Yeah, so he tried to do that, because he wanted to, the ideal. I mean, he was an ecstatic devotee, and he also pulled it off to bring the Brahmins closer, because they didn't accept him until they would see he would be like some kind of renunciate and austerity buff. So Dukhi are never, wait. Such blessings are as bestowed upon the Lord, upon the maidservant Duki, are never received by those who are blinded by false pride. See? So that's why, I want to see now it's time. These guys, in these groups like ISKCON and Gaudiya Smita Gautama, they got to prove that they're not blinded by false pride when this is so vivid. This is so manifest here now. Otherwise, you're blinded by false pride and you will die under the modes of nature in your sins. False pride is a sin. See? It's blinding. It blinds you. Sin blinds people. See? False pride. It's not. You know what pride is? There's pride. There's spiritual pride. You see, obviously, you see it here in Gaur Das, huh? He's like one proud guy. He's a real proud boy. Is it false? But is that false? Do you have the only way you can have real pride is if you have the devotional potency. If you don't have it, you're false. False pride, false prestige. You don't deserve it. Only neophytes and fools worship people in false pride and false prestige, thinking they can deliver them out of illusion. That's an illusion in itself. One may only imagine the extent of the Lord's divine grace upon Srivas Pandit, when even his servants and maidservants were so fortunate. What do you think? He is like, now he just had maidservants and servants who got the shelter in the devotional service of the Lord. They weren't disciples even. See? They were just naturally under Srivas, submissive servants. And he was friendly with them. They were friends. And they attained such an exalted position. And if you don't engage like that with a real devotee like Srivas, who's an ecstatic devotee, you'll never get delivered. You're not going to the spiritual world. You're blinded by false pride, by thinking some other path is going to get you there. No, this path is going to get you there. And only this path is going to get you there. And it is elucidated again and again and again and again in these books. I get a little excited sometimes. What to do? I'm a little bit eccentric. The Lord's dancing at Srivas Pandit's house. The devotees, including Srivas, encircled the Lord, sang and danced. Just then, in the inner quarters of the house, the son of Srivas passed away. Here's a good one. I love this one, man. Sorry, you householders out there. Passed away due to some illness. The ladies looked on helplessly, of course, right? Outside the inner rooms, the kirtan was in full progress. And the Lord danced in ecstasy. Suddenly, the sounds of loud wailing filled the air. Srivas Pandit hurried inside the house and saw his son lying dead on the bed. Srivas Pandit was a most elevated devotee, grave and knowledgeable. He quickly took charge of the situation. Forbidding the ladies to lament so bitterly, he said, You are all aware of the transcendental potencies of Krishna. Therefore, restrain your tears and contain your sorrow in your heart. The Lord, whose holy name is capable of purifying and elevating the spiritual world, even the most dreadful of sinners, just by one simple utterance, is now personally present and dancing in ecstasy with his servitors, each of whom is like Brahma himself. During such an auspicious time, If someone leaves the body, why should anyone lament? That makes sense, doesn't it? Why should the only reason you would do that is it's always attachment, bodily attachment. But in knowledge and in truth, it's like Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is in compassion for the bodies of others. I gotta kill, I gotta fight my brothers and my brother. And Krishna says, hey, wake up, you fool. What is this thing you're lamenting for the body? Never has there been a time when I, nor you, nor all these kings have not existed. We're eternal. Wake up, you fool. And this is even more auspicious because dancing of Lord Chaitanya. How many times you get Lord Chaitanya dancing in your house? Huh? It's only possible once every 28 Divya Yugas, which is 28 Kali Yugas. And then God knows who or where you're going to be. So there's a 1 in a billion chance that you can have that. And Srivas had it, and he took it. He was smart, intelligent. Why? Because he's a real devotee, advanced devotee, fully absorbed in the absolute truth. That's why I love this best. And people sometimes hate me for saying this thing. You're going, man, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's so conclusive. It is so good. During such an auspicious, that's the only auspicious time, you can have is when devotees are chanting in ecstasy in your house. If someone leaves the body, why should I lament? I would consider myself very fortunate if I were to have the same fate as this boy. Although you are unable to distance yourself from the attachments of family life, you should at least stop your crying. Nobody else should learn of this incident, lest it raises alarm and disturbs the bliss of the Lord's dance. Now that's my hero, would do something like that. Who would do something like that? They're very rare. Even the devotees have some of that, because these ladies were devotees. But ladies, natural attachment,
It was a man here in the Sangha who always said we should have silence because somebody left the body. It was always a man.
Yeah, there's a man.
The lady here was singing when Yamuna left the body, praising Guru.
Okay, you got me on that. If that should happen, then I shall certainly throw myself. Disturbs the bliss of my Lord's dancing, then if that should happen, then I shall certainly throw myself in the Ganges. These words had a sobering effect on the women. They stopped crying, and Srivas went back to join the kirtan. Yeah, you had to wait. Anyway, that was service to Lord Chaitanya. He was soon heaved high in the waves of divine bliss generated by the kirtan and the presence of the Lord. The deep knowledge and devotion of Srivas is very exalted and rare. Such indeed are the characteristics of the servants of Lord Chaitanya. See, common people cannot understand these things. Okay? The only way you can understand if you hear from a devotee and are qualified because of, you have faith in that devotee. Otherwise, these are all transcendental. This is a transcendental nature of Srivas. On the backdrop of illusion, nobody can understand it. You have to have it explained. Just like, Shukadev Goswami explained the Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit, which is the highest truth distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. See, you see how highest truth, illusion, highest truth, illusion. That's how you make relation. That's how you have to distinguish these things. Otherwise, after what? How many people would think, no, it's the crying of the ladies is right. Go stop the kirtan. See, but the actual conclusive truth was the opposite. Naturally, you would think, oh, the sun has died. Oh, kirtan, stop it. That's illusion. That's not conclusive. Srivas was a very rare devotee. That's why he's the spiritual master in the Panchatattva.
Actually, they were very fortunate. He left the body while Chaitanya was dancing in the same house. Eh.
Yeah, very fortunate. The Lord danced for a while, relishing the bliss of dancing. However, soon the news of the passing away of the son of Srivas reached the devotees. Although no one openly expressed anything, they were profoundly moved within. You see, some devotees are not all like Srivas. Chaitanya, the omniscient Supreme Personality of Godhead, knows everyone's heart. He inquired. See, so he feels the energy. You know how we even feel energy sometimes, people. See, today something perturbs my thoughts. What distress has cast a dark shadow in your house? Pandit? Okay. See, something disturbs. See, he feels the vibrations of the devotees in sorrows. Because see, not everybody was like Srivas. He was a highly, highly advanced Vaishnava. See, so the Lord started to feel the vibrations, these others, devotees. They're losing there, see, because they go into the distress and they don't see. So Srivas replied, "My Lord, what distress can affect me? When your benign smiling is illuminating my house." Finally, the leading devotees informed the Lord about the demise of Srivas' son. See, even Srivas still didn't want to inform the Lord or disturb the Lord. Gravely, the Lord asked, "When did this happen?" The Lord was told that it occurred in the early part of the evening, about 4 o'clock. You were not informed of this matter because Srivas was concerned about disturbing your dancing. His son has passed away about 2.5 hours earlier, and with your permission, we shall now begin the necessary last rites. When Lord Chaitanya heard this wonderful story about Srivas Pandit, he was amazed. The Lord said, how can I ever live without such an extraordinary companion? And he began to weep. He was amazed about that quality. He said, How am I going to leave the association of such a saintly person who is unaffected even by the demise of his son due to his love for me? That's the secret. That's how you overcome and you become neutral in this world, is our ever-increasing love for Lord Chaitanya gives us natural detachment from the world. No other real practical way. Look at what they're teaching in Gaudiya Samiti and ISKCON and all these things. First become sannyas, become detached by hard detachment. None of them, most of them become hippos, grits. They want to do the hard way. Yeah, force yourself. That's such a worse thing. The guy was forced to leave his wife. Yeah, forcibly, dry renunciation, dry austerity. See? But if you find the path, see, always the same preaching of Lord Chaitanya. That's why I stay with this, man. It's the direct path to the spiritual world, man. Just be with these ecstatic devotees here. Increase your attachment to Lord Chaitanya. You'll naturally be detached from family life. You'll have your family, you'll do your duties, but they won't drag you down into the darkness. If you don't have love for God, love for Lord Chaitanya, love for Radha and Krishna, You will be dragged down by this world because you gotta love, man. You'll either love God or you're gonna love dogs. You're going to love gold. You're going to love the opulence of the world because that's Krishna in his mundane form. And it drags you into the mundane world. That's why the Lord comes here. That's why we're here now again. To help the devotees develop attachment to the real path, which is Lord Chaitanya and his glory. Srivas Pandit and his three brothers prayed earnestly to the Lord, and the devotees cried out in appreciation and joy. The Lord said, listen, Srivas. You are well conversant with knowledge of family and material life, and you are unaffected by the distressful conditions of family life. Not only that, but you are so elevated that anyone who sees you will also become free of this entanglement. See, that's how we see you become, it's like a virus. You become infected by the devotees' emanation and knowledge and truths. That's why, this is the whole thing is the big secret of winning this game of busting the bonds of birth and death is finding the devotees and being in their association forever. And listening very attentively what they teach, because what they say is very important. Otherwise, look at what happened to Johan. Look what happened to Shamagori and Christina, because they didn't listen. They hold their own opinions, and they're not good ones, believe me. Selfish and jealousies and false prestiges. See? But if you're sincere, you could be like this Dookie, unhappy and everything. You come here, you'll start to be happy in the society of devotees. And the only time you'll be unhappy, if you're still like remain neophyte, you go and associate intimately with mundane persons. And, I have some of those here sometimes. They be I'm a little happy here, and then they go with the mundane people and the homeless and all that and associate intimately with them. And they come back and I'm unhappy. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. It's a law. You're going to be happy. You are unhappy when you associate with unhappy, miserable people. My God, man. You should only want to be intimate with real devotees. Otherwise, you don't make much progress, man. You're intimate here a little bit, sort of, and then you go and associate intimately with mundane people. I don't care, even family members, intimately with family members, who don't give a fig about chanting Hare Krishna. They don't purify themselves, and you're going to think you're going to get purified being in that? Well, I just like to be entangled and intimate. Come on, man. Grow up. The Lord, accompanied by the devotees, as they carried Srivasa's son to the Ganga, performed kirtan all the way. The required rites completed, everyone bathed in the Ganga, and each went his own way home, chanting the holy name of Krishna. Srivasa's family went back peaceful and satisfied by the last rites. All the confidential pastimes of the Lord are extraordinary, and faithful hearing of these narrations bestows pure love of Lord Hari. I offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of Srivas, whose sons are none other than my Nityananda and Gaurachandra. So Lalita, read some of these comments here.
Okay. The last here is Supabra. Again, more easily say noodles. She says, "Oh my God, I can see this so much, Guru Maharaj. All the duties I have to do seem no burden. I have known distance myself safely, yet be affectionate. If people cause pain to me, surprisingly, I seem to make them less and less existent for me. It's tricky to explain, but he's taking care. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Amy says, I love how you say that. You are either going to love God or you're going to love dogs. I know what you mean, and that's very profound. That's true. So I
Yeah,
love
I mean, it's not an all or nothing thing, but if you only love dogs or money or family and all that, that's all you're going to love. See? If you love God, everything will be balanced out. When you have love for God, which is transcendental, it keeps you pure and purified and naturally neutral enough not to be dragged down by the material opulences of God, which is, the dog and all that stuff. I've seen it so much how people become excessively attached to either family or dogs even or cats. But if their love for God is increased, then it's okay. I mean, Srivas had cats and he had a dog, and there's no problem. He had a tailor who ate meat, who also got the darshan of the Lord, actually, just simply because he was serving Srivas. See, doesn't mean that you have to. You can be a strict vegetarian, you guys over there, for your whole friggin' lives. And the meat eaters that come here, they'll get Krishna's mercy. They'll get Lord Chaitanya's mercy. They'll get attached to Lord Chaitanya, and you won't, even though you ate all those vegetables all your life, because you have faith that vegetables are going to save you. Whereas people coming here, they could be a meat eater. They have faith that their guru is going to save them. See, that's conclusive. That's why you notice a lot of these Vaishnavas, they criticize Christians who eat meat, but some of these Christians might sincerely have the mercy of Jesus. They're in a better position than them, who are fault-finding pure devotees. Because they only can see superficial. You need to come to the elevated devotee so your perspective is elevated. Otherwise, you're just your thinking is small. You're small, narrow-minded, superficial, and your gurus can't help you because you're still like that. That's what I see. The disciples of the gurus are narrow-minded and small thinking. That means their gurus aren't any better. All they did is memorize a few more verses. So what? They can't purify themselves or anybody else. Okay, what else there, Lolita?
Okay, go to Facebook. Amy says, you always speak of this saint in the book, and it strikes a chord with me. I know that is a very difficult thing to deal with for those loved ones left here to lament. And yes, women are more sentimental and wear their emotions on their sleeves. But I love how you always explain this part of the book because it is of the utmost importance for us to understand this, especially for me.
Yeah, Amy. So yeah, I know because you have you're real empathetic towards people and families and all that, your family and all that. So the more, like I was saying, the more you increase your love for Krishna, which is and Lord Chaitanya, which is here, easily done, and you just increase, and everything comes into balance nicely. The Lord is so happy. That's why I see soup, noodles. Her life is like that, coming into balance, and the Lord adjusts everything for, and she's in her family thing, but she see her love for God is increasing. So that's the secret, man. That's what you get here that you can't get in any of these other sanghas. None of them. Not even one. Look at my poor ex-wife. Well, how attached is she to Krishna? I mean, really. She's attached to rules. She's attached to the false path, to near jals and austerities. And she thinks the devotees who have love for Krishna are not bona fide. She can't even recognize that. So I consider that like a waste of life, personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else there, Lalita?
Freddy says, I'm so happy that I never took initiation from an ISKCON guru. Yeah, me too. All they do is drag you into religious quicksand.
Yeah, that's it.
Religious.
Yeah, because that's what they teach. They teach religion. They speculate on the Bhagavatam. They're not. See, how can you, first of all, teach a disciple Guru Tattva? How can you deliver your disciple if you're not a real guru? You can't even teach Guru Tattva if you're not a real guru. You got to be empowered to teach Guru Tattva. The Lord has to actually, you have to be a real medium that the Lord is actually using you to teach Guru Tattva. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, there's no Guru Tattva. That's the thing. If you think that a guru who is not a prema bhakta, who does not love Krishna, God, Lord Chaitanya, can deliver you, that is inconclusive. That is a lie. I ain't ashamed to shout it from the rooftops.
No, you need to do that.
Because you're being scammed by Maya in religion. And only a word like this that is very powerful and very true and very honest can set you free. Because they can't do it, you can't do it, you're stuck. The blind leaders, blind guides, and blind followers all fall in a dark ditch. That's ISKCON summed up, and Gaudiya Smriti summed up, and the Radhakund Babaji summed up. Prove me wrong that you're a real guru. We know the standard here. Show us that you know the standard, that God is using you. Otherwise, shut up.
Shama says, I took initiation with mantras and I feel no affection. Feels like scam.
It's a scam, of course. Yeah, because your guru, look at your guru, man. I saw with his attitude. He's dry. He's renunciate. He's a false prestige. All disqualified. That's why you came here and he didn't. He's disqualified for real bhakti. He's just getting his own illusion of being a Babaji and all. It's all a fantasy in these guys. They go, no, he's going to die and cry, Lord, Lord, look at me. I was a Babaji. Can I get into the kingdom? No, your disciple can. What? She was just a disciple and she, went to somewhere else. Yeah, but she went to the right place. You didn't. You're too concerned being an austere Babaji and getting praises of men and fools and neophytes, thinking that you're a pure devotee and you're something special, but you don't have any of the symptoms of being a pure devotee and something special. You're just bullshitting yourself and everybody else. You're living a world of bullshitters. Okay, what else?
Eric says, of course, we know that you don't want us to ignore people. You're really saying have discernment of those who love God and those who do not. Krishna will show us who is who. Yeah. Yeah, you don't say that we don't have to love our brothers and sisters. Of course, we need to take care of each other. You just show what's more important. Don't neglect God, of course.
Yeah, you are really saying you have discernment of those who love God and those who don't. Well, that discernment is important. And those who love God are very few. They're going to be fewer. It's just how it is, man. Loving God, the true God, is transcendental. How many people know the true God? Yeah, one out of millions. And how well do they know them? I mean, know the Lord. That's another thing. Okay.
Freddy says, so many religions in the world, and practically no one can liberate you to the level of spontaneous love of Godhead.
Not practically.
No.
None of them can. None of those religions can. Because it's religion. You gotta find that rare empowered personality, and when it's time for that to happen. How many Jesuses were there when the Holy Spirit to give the Holy Spirit? One. How many Madhavindapuris were here when the disciplic line was here? One. See? So and then after, but then because one Madhavindapuri, then there's some others that got this ecstatic love. His disciples, not everybody, but some. And then Ishvarapuri was one of those. And from him, some got it, and especially Lord Chaitanya. And then from Lord Chaitanya, he popularized it. They were more shy. If you read about them, Madhavendra and Ishwarapuri was following like his guru. They were more shy. They didn't reveal these things openly so much. But Lord Chaitanya did. Nityananda did. It was their mission. Wait, Krishna disappears and he thinks, for a long time I have not given prema bhakti to the public. He wanted a public, giving people like a public chance to get this. So those who came to his devotees and sincerely followed his devotees and him and Nityananda, whoever was preaching and came in contact, became sincere follower. They got prema very easily. It's like now, you become a sincere follower. See, a sincere disciple and friend of the guru and the devotees here, respecting and seeing that, wow, this is different than ISKCON. If you can't distinguish the lovers of God from ISKCON, you don't deserve to be here. If you don't want to make such a distinction, you just stay. You like the darkness better than the light. That was the saying in the book of John, in the first chapter. They didn't come to Jesus. They didn't listen to Jesus. He came to his own. See, because they like the darkness better than light. This is the same relevant situation now. Anybody in ISKCON right now, or Gaudiya Smriti, or anywhere, if you say that you think ISKCON or Gaudiya Smriti or the Radhakund Babaji's is like that, well, you won't even say that. You'll say it's better than this. You're in darkness. You like the darkness better than light. You like the darkness of austerities to deliver you as the light. The darkness of renunciation to deliver. The darkness of false prestigers to deliver you. You like darkness better than this bright, shining, illuminating. What other adjectives can I use? Light of conclusive truth and of God. I rest my case. Okay, now it's your turn there. Go give us a word there, Govinda.
I don't think it's working, is it?
It's working. It's working.
We hear you. We heard you.
Okay, it was working, man. So hit it again, one time. Talk. Okay. Hit it again, one time.
Amazing.
Got it. Don't touch anymore.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, I was really relishing. I don't know. I've been reading Padrival. I can't even see it. Say it, see it, say it, see it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can string any words together. I was feeling just really happy chanting the life of Chaitanya this morning, and really realizing deeply that's all we have to do. Is you've opened the door to Vrindavan, to Navadvip, and it's real. You know, I'm developing this affection for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so deep. It's so, well, it's everything. It's absolutely everything. And thank you so much. I know it doesn't sound enough. Thanking you doesn't sound enough. I'm overwhelmed with, you know, the class today, the relationship between you and Lolita, so sweet, you know. That a woman wouldn't say that, and then Lolita steps up and says this. The ras is just like their intimacy is so delicate and so beautiful, so affectionate between disciple and guru. What I was sharing about yesterday with Rangaleka, I've seen that, and I'm getting to realize that more and more, and appreciating it more and more. And you know, this Padjavali, Rupa Goswami's collection of all the poets in our line, it's amazing. You know, we're so fortunate to have such a wealth. You're right. There's so many books out there that are really rasic. Yeah, they're changing Bhagavad Gita, but they haven't touched even one sesame grain of what's really out there. They've got no jurisdiction over Goswami books. You know, there's so much out there, and we're so fortunate. You give me the taste. I still remember in River's living room of you laughing and laughing, and I asked you what he's reading, and you introduced me to Prabhupada Saraswati. I can see why you're laughing and love Prabhupada Saraswati so much. Nobody in the institutions could read that because they would shine a light on themselves. And so, yeah, I mean, maybe if they would, it'd be great for them. Yeah, Janine out there, and wow, I think I got about 40 screenshots of her. Man, you used to say to us in Mayapur, Miranga, oh, can't, you know, you were screenshotting and making screenshots, and now you've afflicted me with that. You know, I can't get enough of seeing the faces and expressions of devotees, Janine and Lolita and all these devotees. It'd be nice if more devotees came up, because it just, you know, it's like you said in one of the classes, imagine if there was 10 devotees up here. You know, we've got the space. Why not get up and stand up? All you've got to do is put your finger on a button. How difficult can it be? What's so important in your life that you're doing that you can't put your finger on a button and come and be with the devotees in this Sangha? Come on, step up, stand up, show the world. It's not so difficult. Thank you so much. I'll leave it there.
Okay, great. Is Janine there? Have her sit. Another screenshot time. Give us a word, Janine. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. So thank you for this amazing class once more. I really enjoyed it. The last thing that was on my mind was this prestigious when you said prestigious. I understood prestigious, that these gurus are just teaching how to gain prestige and not the real truth. It is only found here. Yeah. And there was one thing that I was wondering about actually. When you said that the true devotees are getting, or the people who love God are getting less and less, um, how come there are so many souls, more than in any age before, living on this planet now? Where are they all coming from? I mean, if in the former yugas, they they had more love and faith for God, and it becomes more and more difficult to develop love for God. Why are there now so many? Is it just
Are you saying why are there not so many?
no? Why are there now so many souls living on this planet? As it's even becoming more and more difficult to attain. Um,
Because well, this is the time in Kali Yuga that the most fallen souls come here.
okay.
Usually, not all of them, but many fallen souls, and the pious ones are very oppressed during this time. But during this time is an opportunity. Yeah, mute your mic there, Govinda. Yeah. During this time is an opportunity for anyone and everyone to enter this Lord Chaitanya Sankirtan movement. This whoever does is fortunate, and it's a good time to preach because usually, people are resistant when everything is too good. In the world. That's why the Lord usually does his saving thing at bad times. Because people, they just get attached. They get attached to family, they get attached to the world, they get it, their leaders might be good even, and they have a good life and everything, and they're not interested in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. And so in the Kali Yuga, things are naturally bad to worse here, as you're seeing now. But at that time, people are starting to turn towards God. They may not become a Vaishnava. They might become a Christian, a sincere Christian, who gets Christ awakens in them. It's like the Lord giving them mercy. Usually, it's something like salvation or something. But we're in a real lucky position to give out the grace of Lord Chaitanya, which is the greatest of all. There is no greater mercy than Lord Chaitanya's mercy in this world. He's the last incarnation. So naturally, it's going to be like that.
So if I got it right, it's like the last call for a gate closing at the airport. So now everyone gets the chance who didn't get to the Lord to now come.
Well,
And
not everybody, it just depends on the preachers and the desire of the persons. And, there's so many intricate things. But, we just preach the message. Christians preach their message. And whoever comes to the preaching, if it's sincere and all that, they're very fortunate. Yeah, and yeah, this goes on like that. And yeah.
okay, thank you. Yeah, and there was one more thing that made me cry so much was when you said that you attain the Lord only through the devotees. I mean, you say this over and over again, but this had such an impact today. It was such a strong thought. I cried so much.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's conclusive truth, and that's its nature. It doesn't get old. Matter of fact, it gets a deepening effect in it, where you understand the depth and more of the depths of it. Yeah, you only attain the Lord's grace through the devotees' association, and not hypocritically, sincerely. Otherwise, you get thrown back. Like we have people, they want to steal that bhakti. They want to steal it, and they come and then they go unpurified, and they get some crappy thing, It's not good. Yeah, it misleads people. It's not real, and it's snaky, and it's full of offenses and faults. And yeah, yeah. But anybody who comes here by the association of these devotees, and you sincerely take to the process, you listen. But I'm not telling you what you listen. You hear. You stay close to the devotees. You stay close to these literatures and read them. Not just read, even you can chant the verses. That's good too. That's better actually. But sometimes you can meditate on them. You'll know in the heart. The Lord will show you what works.
That will be great to try it out. Yeah, I'm really thankful for this chant, for this association. And yeah, as I said, this trip was no coincidence. Did you know that the head part of my bed, there's a carved peacock in the wood? Well, the bed of my son is just a normal, just some normal wood art, just here like the stools. I find that quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so huh? No, the bed, the head part of my bed that's leaning on the wall. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you there, Janine. Give us a word there, Lalita.
Yeah. Yeah, now I also am speechless. Amy said uh, that she loved this pastime so much because there is so much teaching in it. And I realized that you really are a Bhakti Vedanta because now I start to experience that for a while as well. You read that pastime over and over again with new revelations, with another teaching, broader, clearer, richer, another side of it. You keep on seeing things that Krishna is revealing to you because of bhakti. Uh, and that's for me very interesting that it's always different. And I also have this experience. I regularly read the same pastimes that I read before, and Krishna is surprising us more and more by new revelations about the same pastimes. And you say, "My God, I read this so many times, and it is so different again, so much more richer." Another interval or site. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, uh, this was very clear today again, and I love this pastime as much as Amy does because it's so useful for your teaching. So useful for when people are lamenting for material things. I see so easily the difference between transcendental tears and real tears, and it's ridiculous actually. Yeah, what's going on in people's head actually while you're worshiping? You're just worshiping the Lord. Do that because I'm sorry that I take this example again, but when Yamuna left the body, I glorified you, you know, and that is what we should do when some things like that happen. That is find shelter in that glorification and knowing she is saved. She's saved by Guru Maharaj. It's all about this. Govinda knows. That's so powerful to know. Actually, we all will leave our body, all of us. Let's be happy that we are here. You know, and yeah, and we save, like we save our family members. Let's be happy if they can leave the body in such a way, being close by Guru Maharaj, by you. So yeah, that was what I was my reaction actually during this class. I think that's all, Guru Maharaj.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Anything? Eric says, exactly, to hell with all the gurus leading anyone, anything, any other than love of God. Yeah, and this is the thing in religion. Vaishnavism is religion. It's not. It has the symptoms of religion. It has the symptoms of the Tattavadis that Lord Chaitanya met. They want to go back to Godhead. In other words, they want salvation. And they're following the rules, regulation, everything. And so, you know what Lord Chaitanya said to them? The only qualification that you Tattavadis have, and I could say that to ISKCON and these other groups, the only qualification you have is you have faith in the holy name. You have faith in Krishna's name. That's the only real qualification. But you're not prema bhaktas, and so that kind of cut down the pride of these so-called, they're called acharyas too. Tattavadi acharyas. But were they really? They couldn't deliver their disciples. See? But the conclusive truth of Lord Chaitanya could. Whoever gave respect to Lord Chaitanya's preaching probably didn't, because it doesn't say that they just bowed down and all that stuff. They just heard it and cut down their pride a little bit. And then he went on his way. So Fani says, things become easy all around. Like Noodles is saying, we notice Lord's helping hand day in and day out, almost to the point of I was feeling a street dog could do better things than me. I am nothing without the help and of mercy of Lord Chaitanya given by you and your associates here. Yeah, that's it. We're nothing without the mercy of Lord Chaitanya coming through the associates here. Yeah. And that's everything, isn't it? So you go from nothing to everything. It's great. I like that. You come from the lowest position to the highest position. Tasting transcendental mellows. Govinda is really drunk today, huh? Stoned on the mercy. See, that's the way a devotee's supposed to look, like that. Okay. If this mercy, Freddie says, if this mercy 4,320,000,000 years, how does that fit in God's being all merciful? The rest of the time, conditioned souls rot away, and no. There's some kind of love of God. Ram comes here. Ram comes. Other incarnations come. Jesus came. These kinds of incarnation comes, but Lord Chaitanya is different. These others don't reveal Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya does. That's the highest Dham in all the spiritual universe. It's the world of the lotus. And that's once every 4 billion. Otherwise, you won't have any awareness of it. You won't have any awareness because there's no Krishna Leela coming and no Chaitanya Leela coming to help the public understand. See, but we're at that time. There's some other types of love of God. Love of God is, there's many devotees who love God in the spiritual universe. There's Narayan love for God, and others, I'm sure, all kinds, But this variety of Vrindavan is the monopoly of Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna first for some, and then Lord Chaitanya for all, whoever wants it. I mean, this is you ISKCON devotees and Gaudiya Smriti even. This is your chance to see if anybody's got any spiritual greed. Because if you do, this is the place to be, because this is a revival, what Lord Chaitanya gave. And it's not in your groups. You don't have the symptoms. None of your groups have the symptoms of this mercy except here. So this is where it is. You got any real spiritual greed, or you're all blinded by false prestige and austerities and followers? And wealth and all that stuff. Well, if you are, well, there you go. You missed your chance. Anybody in those groups that has some good sense, Krishna is he'll you know, we're hanging the light out. Can you see it? You know, here's the light. Here it is, conclusive truth. It's not there. The cheese is not there. You won't be saved there. They can't deliver you. You know, see, like this. Is anybody in ISKCON out there? There are millions of you devotees. Out of you millions, can any of you see this light here? You know, the conclusive understanding that you're being scammed by people who can't deliver you out of illusion? But you can hear because the real devotees are here with real devotion and real bhakti, real understanding, real transcendental knowledge. Can you see the light? Amy, oh heck, yeah. Guru has made Lalita into a real lioness. The lioness, yeah, she's a real Wonder Woman. Do you see that Wonder Woman picture I put her face on, the Wonder Woman body? That's her. That's her spiritual body. Amazon. Shama replying to Freddie, 4,320 eternity, may Krishna just nap it for his time, yeah. Oh my God, she is the flowers. Oh wow, Janine makes my heart feel so warm. I thank God for her coming into this Sangha. What absolute blessing. Yeah, isn't it amazing? See, Krishna brings the jewels here. We are in a real swashbuckler. I think she is asking a very profound question. Why we are here. It looks like we feel like, it looks and feels like a play. It is. Yeah, that's Vrindavan style. We deliver the world Vrindavan style as a play, as a joke. Profound one, though. Devotees on the screen are pure sweetness. Shama Sundari. Lalita is the most fresh from all of us. She is a shark of the devotion. She is a bridge for the devotees to the process. She is simply wonderful. Simple wonder. Yeah, she's a bridge, you know, like Govinda and Lalita. They're bridges because they're the examples of how to cross this ocean of illusion. None of these gurus have such an example. They don't have the results of following the real process. They do. That's what you learn here. If any of these devotees from ISKCON come here, you'll learn the difference between the real truth and what's false. You can't tell what's false if you stay in what's false, or what's an illusion, or what's inconclusive. Right? You think that, well, inconclusiveness is reality. Speculation is reality. That's why you got to sincerely do a 30-day challenge. You know, here. I don't think that guy did the 30-day. I haven't seen him. Maybe he's watching the read, but he doesn't comment. So he should be commenting if he's coming. So I guess it was maybe a bunch of talk. Not enough desire. Oh well. Yeah, we often do not realize enough how much mercy is here right now because we are in a process of purification and maturity. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when you're going through deep purification, you know, you're so kind of concerned with it. You don't see. Yeah, Xena, warrior princess. Okay, my friends, let's end it now, and thank you very much for coming.